A carnivore meal of ooey gooey cheeseburger melt with bacon. So here you see, I'm starting out with my air fryer. I'm going to make this fatty bacon crisp. I'm throwing it in my air fryer. And here we go. I'm turning it on for 20 minutes. Make it very, very crispy. Next, I got my pound of ground and I'm pounding it. And this one is 80/20. It's the highest I could get at the store. And yes, I shop at Walmart because I might be carnivore, but I don't have all the riches in the world. Don't give me a comment about that. No judgment. Just eat carnivore. So, some of you asking, why did I go carnivore after doing keto for 3.5 years? Well, let me tell you. Oh, I know, I keep getting a glimpse over here of my little bacon strainer over here. Love this thing. Sorry, bacon grease strainer. So, why did I go carnivore? Because I was having a lot of inflammation that was especially due to the weather changes for where we live at. We live kind of in a mild climate, but yet any of the cold days that we were experiencing, I was having a lot of pain in my hips, my knees, my back, because all the years that I spent being overweight, I had a lot of structure problems. I am trying really, really hard not to have a hip replacement like a lot of people in my family. And see, the problems with health literally run in my family. Cancer, diabetes, joint problems, arthritis, bursitis, asthma. And basically, I've had several of those and I've kicked butt on them. So I reversed diabetes. I no longer have high blood pressure. I no longer have migraines, which were daily migraines going up to 10 days sometimes. I no longer have asthma. I can walk a 3-mile trail without getting winded or having to sit down. I don't have to have naps every little while like I used to. Daily, my health has improved so much on keto. It really improved. But I just needed to do a little bit more because the closer I am to zero carbs, the better my health is. So 6 months ago, I tried carnivore for 90 days and I didn't stick to it. I went back to keto. And with keto, I learned that I was having a lot of problems, inflammation problems. Plus, I started having cramps in my feet and my legs. And I started having IBS issues. And I had previously had those before keto as well. But going back to keto, I started having all these symptoms again. And so I decided 6 months ago I was just going to go back to carnivore because it was easier for me. And the meals are easier. The prep time's easier. And my food bill got cut in half again. So it was cut in half once for keto and again for carnivore. My husband and I are both carnivore, and we spend about $75 a week on foods for us. And then the rest of our budget is all for our pets and, our weekly budget that we spend. So, or things like toilet paper, because we all need it. So, anyway, as I am browning the ground, and look at all that nice tallows and stuff. And I'm going to strain that off because I've been keeping it. Voila, that's my tallow jar. And that's my bacon cum. But now my next thing is, because I was a nurse for 20 years, I did home health and hospice before I went into the medical industry, where I'm doing appeals and denials for different companies. And so I'm feeling that I'm led by the Lord for my next project, which I'd like to be a coach. I'd like to be a keto carnivore coach. I feel like there's a lot of God's people out there that need to finish their journey and they need to get healthy. So I'm going to find a lid to put on this. Give me just a moment. So I am a done person because I've lived that way all my life. I can't stand any raw meat. Unlike some people that have to have theirs lightly cooked or halfway cooked. So everybody's to each their own, but I got that lid on there to finish that out. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to grab and shred up my cheese. So I decided I was going to do sliced cheese instead, and I have some Walmart sliced cheddar cheese. My husband was supposed to help me with this video today, but he was hungry and needed to step out for a moment, so now I'm doing it. And so we're pausing in between, but other than that, we're doing good. Okay, so I strained off my tallow, and I want you guys to know that this stuff is good for a lot of things, and we will do some videos later on about that because it's not part of the carnivore world. But this is good for candles. It's good for doing soaps, which I do make my own soaps. I'm 7 years in the processes of now. I do sell soap with Dandy Little Soap Company, but I just wanted to share that with you. And here's my ground beef. Yum, yum, yum. And I'm going to turn my burner down a little bit here because it was on medium. And I'm going to put the cheese over the top of that, so just give me a sec to do that. I do apologize for the pauses in between, but since I'm doing this with my phone and my handy dandy helper wasn't available, I'm doing it this way. So there's my cheese slices, and I'm putting the lid back on. And I got this on low. And so you guys are seeing my kitchen with my spices, and I would prefer you guys not to judge because I live in a house with a full-time vegetarian and who is our daughter, and she will never go carnivore. So we don't ask her to, and we don't judge her, and she doesn't judge us, which is amazing. So let me go check on the bacon. And I've got about 10 minutes in, and the bacon is somewhat done, but we like ours really crispy. So, and yes, do you see my paper filter down there? I just want to FYI you that that helps me with a lot of cleanup because that's meat stuff that gets stuck on there. Sometimes it makes it hard to scrub off. So the paper really works and the grease falls to the bottom and I'm able to collect it. Anyway, we got a few more minutes on this crispiness, and in the meantime, our ground beef over there with the ooey gooey cheese is getting its little melt on, and we will be having our lunch, breakfast, brunch, whatever you want, first meal of the day pretty soon. And there's my rockin' stud muffin. Yes, he's in his 50s. He's lost 85 pounds from doing keto and carnivore, and he is extremely fit and cute. Woohoo! And living life. And that's our baby Tabitha, and she thinks that she's got to lick Daddy because he's so good. Oh, Trixie's got to get in on it too. There's our walker, our trail walker. And we got this ooey gooey cheese melt going on here. Can you see? We got our burger melt going, and we got our crisp bacon going, and we're almost done with this meal. Okay, so I got the bacon out, and I'm turning this camera all wonky on you, and I keep forgetting I gotta go one direction. I love doing double direction, so I just want you guys to see my bacon. It's out, and it's nice and cooked. It's got that crisp sound to it. And there I got all that crisp bacon cut up. There's just a little bit of it that's a little on the patty side, but it's pretty goodly cooked. So 20 minutes and we got it. And put it over here into our ooey gooey cheese. And there you have our ooey gooey cheeseburger bacon melt. And I'm going to divide that up into bowls, and we are going to have it for our first meal a day. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy yours as well.